Hi YouTube, my name is Tatiana Niglio. I'm currently an engagement manager at NetImpact Strategies. NetImpact specializes in providing practical methodologies and IT solutions to help organizations work more effectively. To learn more about us after the video, please visit the website provided in the video description box. In today's NetImpact Insight series, we will be looking at the United States General Accounting Office Information Technology Investment Management Framework for assessing and improving process maturity. The following presentation is intended to provide educational value in an entertaining way on the GAO's Information Technology Investment Management Framework, as well as sharing NetImpact Strategies' expertise on the topic. Please note that any poorly scripted jokes and resemblance to infomercials is completely intentional or leveraged for satirical purposes. This video is not intended to sell any actual products. Please do not contact NetImpact to attempt to purchase any reference products or guides or to discuss the cheesiness of the video. And now, on with the presentation. Do you get frustrated by the lack of process surrounding management of your IT investments? Do you ever feel like your organization is not reaching its IT management potential? Do you worry that your senior leadership is not getting the full IT portfolio picture? Do you feel like there's constant miscommunication between your office and other stakeholders? Do you get frustrated by lack of a uniform governance process and clearly identified strategic objectives? Would you benefit from having a formal investment selection and control process? So what is the GAO ITIM framework? Well, it's a maturity model composed of 5 progressive stages based on the Government Accountability Office's Information Technology Investment Management, often referred to as the ITIM framework. It's designed to help you evaluate your organization's existing IT investment maturity. It can be a roadmap for prioritizing and meeting legislative and regulatory mandates, as well as helping your organization meet its mission goals. It can help establish strategies for effective management across the enterprise and identify returns on investments. And last but not least, it will help foster collaboration through the adoption of standards that bridge functional and organizational boundaries. How can it help you? Let me explain. The ITIM framework is a standardized evaluation tool, which means it's tried and true. Since it was published in March 2004, it's been used by federal organizations such as the Department of Energy, Food and Drug Administration, and the Department of Commerce to help mature their IT investment management processes. It's flexible, its design and purpose is adaptable to feed your organizational needs. It's a logical reporting mechanism, which is designed to help implement process improvement ideas and innovations, as well as a better understanding and management of IT-related risks. And as I said before, this framework is a sort of roadmap that agencies can use for improving their investment management processes. This will help ensure that their IT investments are selected based on their merits by a well-informed decision-making body, and therefore increasing the business value and mission performance of those IT investments, as well as implement processes that help ensure that those investments are completed on time and on budget. Okay, you say, this sounds good, but what does this framework look like? Well, wait no longer. I will now walk you through the high-level design of the GAO ITIM framework. First, let's figure out where your organization falls on the ITIM maturity spectrum. At stage 1, there's little awareness of investment management techniques. IT management processes are ad hoc, project-centric, and have widely variable outcomes. In order to advance from stage 1 to stage 2, you will need to establish an investment board to drive the investment process, begin to identify business needs for each project, stand up a board to oversee the progress of individual projects, and begin collecting and disseminating investment-level information. At stage 2, repeatable investment control techniques are in place, and the key foundational capabilities have been implemented. As you advance from stage 2 to stage 3, you will need to develop criteria for identifying investments that best fit the overall IT portfolio. Then develop the portfolio by comparing investments and utilizing categorization. And finally, conduct performance reviews during and after implementation. At stage 3, comprehensive IT investment portfolio selection and control techniques are in place to incorporate benefit and risk criteria aligned to mission goals and strategies. In order to advance from stage 3 to stage 4, you will need to use evaluation techniques to improve the investment processes in the portfolio, as well as develop succession management processes for retaining or disposing investments. That will bring you up to stage 4, where process evaluation techniques focus on improving the performance and management of the organization's IT investment portfolio. Finally, to advance from stage 4 to stage 5, you will need to learn from and adopt the tools, techniques, or methods used by best-in-class external organizations. Also, utilize capabilities or identified information technologies to drive the changes to strategic business processes. At stage 5, investment benchmarking and IT-enabled change management techniques are deployed to strategically shape business outcomes. By moving up in your item's stage maturity, your organization will go from project-centric to one with an enterprise strategic focus. And what is even better, the GAO ITIM framework gives you instructions on how to get there. So, does this sound like a tool for you? If you said yes, you want to know what to do next. To help you out, here's a great checklist to get you started. First, establish an organizational need. Is this something that your organization could benefit from? Next, establish the senior leadership buy-in. Talk to your leadership. Find out if they are interested in assessing the current IT investment management processes. Would they support and champion these changes? Next, download and read the GAO ITIM framework material. Then, conduct an organizational ITIM assessment to determine at what stage of the maturity model your organization rates. Our recommended process is provided later in this presentation. Then outline the ITIM maturity project plan. When you know where you rate, define a plan with a schedule and milestones on how to improve that rating. And finally, execute your ITIM maturity project plan. Start putting that plan in action. To download your copy of the GAO ITIM, a framework for assessing and improving process maturity, use the following GAO hyperlink. You can start using this free resource to help reshape and reorganize the way your agency manages its investments today. And as promised, we are including this handy-dandy plan on how to execute an ITIM assessment at your agency or organization. First, begin by planning your assessment. This includes building out an assessment tool which has ITIM recommended criteria such as key practice, organizational commitment, and prerequisites. This will help you track assigned ratings on how your organization is currently performing according to ITIM requirements. Begin drafting an ITIM assessment process and procedures document. This process is meant to be reiterative, so you can conduct it on a repetitive basis in order to measure progress and continue to grow and mature. This is also when you have to start thinking and planning for interviewing leadership and subject matter experts. Collect a list of SMEs and other stakeholders that would be useful to interview for the assessment. Then assemble a list of questions on how ITIM is currently being done and group it according to the area of expertise of the interviewee. Because the last thing you want to do is waste anybody's time on asking them questions they may not have insight to. Finally, draft a project timeline for how you will execute this assessment. How long will each task take, and who will sign off on the completed milestones? Then you can begin the review phase. This includes doing your homework. Start researching your organization, the internet, public files, shared drive, etc. Start requesting data on all ITIM-related processes, charters, policies, organizational charts, and so on. This will help answer some of your questions from the planning phase. It will make your interviews better informed and ensure that you are not wasting the SME's time by asking them questions that can easily be answered by doing some preliminary research. Now that your research and planning material is done, you can begin conducting the interviews. I would recommend having your supervisor make an email introduction for you and what the process is trying to accomplish. Plan your meetings to be no more than an hour long, and if you can, send the interviewee questions to them ahead of time so they can be better prepared. When all of the prep work, research, and interviews are done, you can begin conducting your analysis. This includes reconciling all of your findings and capturing results in a map and gap approach, then structuring a presentation of those findings, and finally coming up with a list of next steps and recommendations on how to bridge those gaps and therefore maturing your organization along the ITIM scale. We hope this presentation was helpful in introducing you to the GAO ITIM framework. This presentation is intended to provide educational value in an entertaining way on the Government Accountability Office's Information Technology Investment Management Framework. Side effects may include better strategic direction, improved governance processes, improved communication, and overall happier leadership. Thanks for watching. For more fun and educational videos, please visit our YouTube link.